Ladies, listen to me closely. To every woman who has ever felt the sting of rejection, the ache of being overlooked, or the deep wound of being unloved, I need you to hear this truth. Your worth is not diminished by someone's inability to see it. You may feel broken, cast aside, or invisible, but let me tell you something. Pain is not the end of your story. It's the preparation ground for your power. The tears you've cried in the midnight hour, the loneliness you've endured, they are not wasted. Every tear is watering the seeds of strength, resilience, and a future that is greater than you can imagine. Your worth is not determined by who fails to love you. In a world that constantly measures people by their relationships, their ability to connect with others, and how much affection they receive, it's easy to lose sight of your own intrinsic value. We are often taught that love is the ultimate validation, that being loved by someone else is the truest sign of our worth. But I am here to tell you that your worth is not found in the love of others. It is found in the love you have for yourself and the deep understanding of who you are. There are many who walk through life with an unshakable belief that if they could just find the right person, they would finally feel worthy. Some spend years in relationships that drain them, sacrificing pieces of their souls in the hope that someone will love them in a way that makes them feel whole. They give so much of themselves that they forget to ask if they are truly being loved in return. And when those relationships falter, when the love they sought does not materialize in the way they envisioned, they feel shattered, empty, like something vital inside them has been lost. But I want to tell you something today. The absence of love from others does not diminish who you are. The world does not determine your worth. No person, no circumstance, no heartbreak, no rejection can take away the value that is yours from the moment you were born. You were designed with purpose, intricately crafted with qualities and talents that make you unique, valuable, and irreplaceable. Your existence is not a mistake. It was a divine plan orchestrated with love, even when others may fail to show it. We live in a culture that is obsessed with relationships, with romantic love, with being desired by someone else. We think that being loved by someone will fill the void we feel inside. And while love from others can be beautiful, fulfilling, and necessary, it should never be the source of your validation. Your worth is already established right now, just as you are, no matter what anyone else says or does. The love you seek from others will never replace the love you should have for yourself. Many people walk around thinking that they are not enough, that they need to change in order to be loved. They hide their true selves behind walls of fear, doubt, and insecurity, believing that the only way to gain love is to conform to someone else's standards. But the truth is, the love you give to yourself is the foundation upon which everything else must be built. It is only when you fully accept who you are, flaws and all, that you can begin to embrace the love that others have to offer. You cannot attract the right kind of love into your life if you do not love yourself first. When you understand your worth, you no longer seek validation from others. Instead, you stand in the confidence of your own identity, knowing that you are complete and whole on your own. You learn that the love you give to yourself is not a sign of arrogance, but of deep, compassionate self-respect. You begin to see yourself as worthy of the best that life has to offer, not because someone else told you so, but because you know it to be true. So no matter how many times you've been rejected, overlooked, or dismissed, know that your worth remains unshaken. No one's failure to love you can take away the greatness that resides within you. You are not defined by someone else's inability to see your value. You are defined by the strength you have to rise, the courage you show to keep going, and the love you have for the person you are becoming. In moments of doubt, when it feels like no one truly sees you or values you, remember that your worth is immeasurable. You were made for more than seeking love from people who don't recognize the treasure that is you. You are worthy because you exist, and the right people will come into your life not to complete you, but to recognize the completeness that has always been inside you. Pain is preparation for power. Too often we view pain as something to be avoided, something that should be eliminated as soon as possible. When we experience loss, betrayal, disappointment, or any form of hurt, we instinctively wish it would disappear. But I want to challenge that perspective today. Pain in its many forms is not a sign that you are broken or weak. It is a sign that you are being prepared for something greater. Pain is the very thing that shapes you into the person you were always meant to be. It is the furnace that refines you, the chisel that molds you into a masterpiece. Without it, you would not be able to step into the fullness of your power. The truth is that we learn and grow in ways that are impossible without facing some kind of struggle. While joy can teach us gratitude and love, it is pain that teaches us resilience, strength, and the ability to persevere. Without experiencing hardship, we wouldn't develop the endurance required to face life's challenges. Pain forces us to dig deep to find strength we didn't know we had and to rise higher than we ever thought possible. Every painful experience is not a setback, but a setup for something greater. Think about the moments in your life that truly changed you, the moments where you felt like giving up, where the weight of the world seemed too heavy to bear. Those were the moments that tested your spirit, that tried your faith, and that stretched you beyond your comfort zone. It's in those moments that your character was built. It's in the fire of adversity that your true power was unlocked. No one who achieves greatness does so without facing some form of hardship. The journey to success is often paved with moments of deep pain. But it is in the overcoming of these struggles that power is birthed. Every obstacle you face, every challenge that comes your way is part of your preparation. When you emerge from the other side of your pain, you are not the same person you were before. You are stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. Let me remind you that pain is never wasted. It might feel unfair, it might feel overwhelming, and it might even feel unbearable at times. But every ounce of suffering, every tear, every moment of heartache is building you. You are being shaped for something far beyond what you can see right now. The pain you experience is the very thing that will give you the power to help others, to lead others, and to inspire others in ways you never imagined. Think about the roots of a tree. In order for it to grow tall and strong, it must first endure the pressure and the darkness beneath the surface. The roots grow deep into the soil, enduring the weight of the earth above them. But this is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. The deeper the roots, the higher the tree can grow. And it is through the struggles and challenges that we face in life that our roots grow deep. Every experience, whether it's rejection, failure, or pain, is an opportunity to grow deeper in strength, deeper in wisdom, and deeper in purpose. You see, pain teaches us to lean into our purpose. When everything else falls away, when the people we depend on are no longer there, it is in those moments that we are forced to depend on something greater than ourselves. We discover that there is an inner strength that rises when everything else around us crumbles. That strength, that resilience is where your power lies. So I say to you today, stop running from your pain. Stop seeing it as something that is meant to break you. Instead, recognize it as a tool that will transform you. Pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It is preparing you for something that you cannot yet fully comprehend. It is teaching you how to endure, how to fight, how to rise after falling. And in the process, it is giving you the power to become the person you were destined to be. The next time you face pain, remember this, it's not here to defeat you. It's here to define you. It is preparing you for a future that is far greater than you can imagine. Embrace it, learn from it, and know that the power that lies within you is being forged through every trial you face. The woman you are becoming is strong, unstoppable, and ready to walk into the greatness that is waiting for you. Pain is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your power. Rejection is often divine redirection. When life presents us with rejection, it can feel like a harsh blow to the spirit. Whether it's a personal relationship that falls apart, a job opportunity that slips away, or a dream that fades, rejection has a way of making us feel unworthy, undeserving, or lost. We internalize it and often ask ourselves, what did I do wrong? Or why wasn't I good enough? But I want to encourage you today to shift your perspective. Rejection is not a sign that you are inadequate, but rather a sign that you are being steered towards something greater. At the moment of rejection, it may feel like your world is falling apart. It feels personal, like a judgment on your worth, your abilities, or your character. But in truth, rejection is often a blessing in disguise, a protective force that is guiding you away from what is not meant for you and toward what is. It is in those moments of being told no that you are actually being redirected to a path that will align more closely with your purpose, your growth, and your true potential. Think about it for a moment. Sometimes we become so attached to certain outcomes or people that we can't see beyond them. We hold on to relationships that drain us, jobs that stifle us, and situations that limit us simply because we fear the unknown. The pain of rejection, though it may sting in the moment, has a way of clearing the path, removing distractions, and showing us that there is something better on the horizon. What seems like a setback is actually a setup for a bigger breakthrough. The key to understanding rejection is to trust the process. When you experience rejection, take a step back and reflect on the fact that maybe, just maybe, what you wanted wasn't truly the best for you. What if you were trying to force something that wasn't in alignment with your destiny? You see, the universe, God, or whatever higher power you believe in has a way of closing doors that were never meant to open in the first place. It's not a punishment, it's a divine redirection. It's a sign that the path you were on wasn't the right one, and a new, more fulfilling one is waiting for you. Often we cannot see the bigger picture when we are in the midst of pain or disappointment. It's only in hindsight that we realize the wisdom of rejection. How many times in life have you looked back and thought, I'm so glad that didn't work out? Whether it's a relationship that ended, a career opportunity that fell through, or a dream that never materialized, many times what we initially viewed as a loss turns out to be a blessing. We were being protected from something that would not have served us, and that rejection was the doorway to something better. Rejection also has a way of sharpening us. It forces us to reevaluate our approach, to become more self-aware, and to grow in resilience. It teaches us that we are not defined by the approval or acceptance of others. Our value and our purpose exist, regardless of whether or not others recognize or validate us. And when we learn this lesson, we become more powerful. We become people who are not swayed by every no that comes our way, but are instead confident in the knowledge that the right yes is out there waiting for us. In fact, rejection can be the catalyst for reinvention. When one door closes, another opens, but only if we are willing to embrace the change. This is where growth happens, when we step out of our comfort zones and take bold risks. The rejection forces us to reevaluate, reconsider, and make adjustments. Sometimes we think we know what we want, but in reality, we need to be open to new possibilities. Rejection gives us the freedom to pursue something more aligned with our authentic selves. So the next time you face rejection, don't despair. Don't fall into the trap of believing that you're not enough or that you somehow failed. Understand that rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but a sign that you are being rerouted to a better future. It is a divine redirection, a way for life to guide you towards the opportunities and people that will help you fulfill your true purpose. Trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by, and sometimes the rejection is simply a necessary detour on your journey to something greater. Embrace rejection as part of the process of growth. Know that you are being shaped, redirected, and prepared for the next chapter of your life. One that will bring you closer to the life you were always meant to live. You are more than the labels placed on you. In life, people often try to define us by the labels they put on us, whether those labels are positive or negative. These labels can come from others or they can be self-imposed. Sometimes we accept them because we feel they are the only way others will understand us. Other times we may wear them because we feel they define us or give us a sense of identity. But I need you to hear this truth today. You are not defined by any label that someone else has put on you. From a young age, we begin to collect labels, the smart one, the funny one, the shy one, the troublemaker. As we grow older, these labels can multiply. Society may label you by your job title, your relationship status, or your past mistakes. But let me tell you something, those labels do not define your potential. You are not limited by what people call you, nor should you allow their words to determine who you are or what you can become. So often we believe the labels we are given. When someone tells us we're not good enough, we start to internalize it, carrying that thought with us, allowing it to shape our self-esteem and actions. When someone tells us we're not capable, we begin to question our own abilities. When society says we're not pretty enough, smart enough, or talented enough, we start to believe it and feel inferior. But I want to remind you today, those labels are not the truth of who you are. They are merely opinions that are shaped by the limited perspectives of others. They are temporary, fleeting, and can be erased with a simple shift in mindset. The truth is that you are a unique creation designed with purpose, strength, and greatness. No one else can define your worth because no one else has the same gifts, experiences, or potential as you do. You are one of a kind. When you start to see yourself as more than the labels that others place on you begin to unlock a new level of power. You stop allowing other people's opinions to dictate your journey, and you start making decisions based on your true, authentic self. This is the path to real freedom. Think about the labels that have been placed on you throughout your life. Maybe you've been told you're not good enough, or you've been reduced to a stereotype based on your appearance, your background, or your struggles. Those labels can feel suffocating, limiting you in ways that hold you back from reaching your true potential. But you are not those labels. You are not your past mistakes, your failures, your challenges, or the soundness of the assumptions others have made about you. You are not defined by your circumstances, but by your ability to rise above them. The process of shedding those labels begins when you start to see yourself through a new lens. Stop looking at yourself through the eyes of others and start seeing yourself through your own eyes. Who are you truly? What are your gifts? What are your passions? What makes you come alive? When you begin to define yourself by your own standards, when you start to recognize your worth outside of the labels others have placed on you, you free yourself from limitations. You open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. The power to change your life lies in your ability to redefine yourself. If you've been labeled as a failure, choose to see yourself as someone who is learning, growing, and evolving. If you've been labeled as too much or too little, decide that you are exactly as you are meant to be and you are enough. If others have told you that you cannot succeed, tell yourself that you can. When you stop living for the approval of others and start living for your own truth, you unlock a power that is unstoppable. It is important to remember that the labels that others place on you are more about them than they are about you. People who label others often do so because they are limited by their own perceptions, fears, or insecurities. They project their own limitations onto you, but that does not mean those labels are accurate. You are not what others say you are. You are who you choose to be. And when you understand this, you begin to live with a confidence that is unshakable. You walk into rooms not carrying the weight of the labels others have assigned to you, but standing tall as your true self. You are no longer weighed down by the expectations of others or the limitations they try to place on you. You are free to be the person you were always meant to be. So I say to you today, let go of the labels. Release the ones you've been carrying for far too long. Choose to define yourself by your own standards, by your own worth, and by the greatness that lies within you. You are more than what they say you are. You are limitless, you are powerful, you are worthy. And when you embrace your true self, nothing can stop you from achieving the life you were destined to live. Healing starts with self-love. When life has dealt you blows, when you've been hurt, betrayed, or broken, the first instinct is often to seek healing from external sources, whether it's from the love and support of others, a new relationship, or simply time passing. While these things can certainly help in the healing process, true healing begins from within. It starts when you make the conscious decision to love yourself, to accept yourself, and to give yourself the grace and care that you so freely give to others. In our society, we are taught to look outward for validation and affirmation. We are taught to seek love, approval, and acceptance from people, from achievements, and from external circumstances. But what happens when those external sources fail us? What happens when the people we rely on aren't there to support us, or when our successes no longer bring us fulfillment? We are left with the truth. The only constant, reliable source of healing is the love you give yourself. When we experience hurt, the natural reaction is to feel broken, to feel like something is wrong with us, and to fall into patterns of self-blame and self-criticism. We wonder if we weren't good enough, if we could have done something differently, or if we could have been someone else. But I want you to understand that you are not defined by the pain you've been through. The hurt you've experienced does not diminish who you are. The scars you carry are not signs of weakness, but symbols of strength. You survived and you are still standing. And the first step to healing is recognizing that you are worthy of love exactly as you are right now. The love you give yourself is the foundation upon which all healing is built. When you learn to love yourself, to care for your own needs, and to nurture your own heart, you create a space for true healing to take place. Self-love means accepting your imperfections, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, and understanding that you are human, not perfect. It means setting boundaries and prioritizing your own well-being, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. Self-love is not selfish, it is necessary. It is not about being narcissistic or self-centered, but about recognizing that in order to give love to others, you must first fill your own cup. The power of self-love lies in the way it transforms your mindset. When you love yourself, you stop seeking validation from outside sources. You stop looking to others to complete you because you know that you are already whole. You begin to recognize your own worth and strength, and you no longer allow the opinions or actions of others to define you. When you start loving yourself, you stop tolerating things that don't align with your highest good. You no longer accept the scraps of love or respect that others may offer. Instead, you demand the love, kindness, and care you deserve. And this transformation does not happen overnight. It is a process. It takes time, effort, and consistency, but every small step you take towards loving yourself is a victory. Self-love also means forgiving yourself. So many of us hold on to guilt, regret, and shame from our past. We replay the mistakes we've made and we allow them to define our future. But self-love means releasing those burdens. It means letting go of the idea that you are your past actions or your past decisions. Your mistakes are not your identity. They are simply lessons that have shaped you into the person you are today. To truly heal, you must forgive yourself, learn from those experiences, and move forward with the understanding that you are deserving of a fresh start. You are not bound by your past, and your future is not defined by the mistakes you've made. As you begin to love yourself, you will start to see the world around you change. When you embrace your own worth, you will no longer attract relationships or situations that devalue you. You will begin to surround yourself with people who uplift you, support you, and see you for the beautiful, powerful person you are. Self-love not only transforms how you see yourself, but it also transforms how others see you. When you carry yourself with self-respect and self-worth, others will treat you with the same regard. True healing begins when you recognize that your worth is not dependent on anyone or anything outside of yourself. It is an internal truth that remains constant no matter the circumstances. Healing starts with the decision to love yourself, to honor your own needs, and to nurture your soul. You are deserving of peace, of joy, of love, and it all starts within you. So make the commitment today to love yourself, to heal from within, and to step into the life you were always meant to live. You are worthy of your own love, and when you embrace that truth, everything else will begin to fall into place. Your purpose is greater than your pain. It's easy to get consumed by the pain of the moment, to let the challenges of life define who you are and what you're capable of. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a broken heart, financial struggles, or disappointment after disappointment, pain has a way of overwhelming us. It clouds our vision, making it hard to see beyond our current circumstances. In these moments, it's natural to wonder, why am I going through this, or is this all there is for me? But I want to tell you today, your pain is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your purpose. Pain often serves as a wake-up call, a signal that something deeper is at work. It forces us to slow down, reflect, and sometimes it forces us to surrender. It's in these moments that we begin to discover the strength, resilience, and determination we never knew we had. Pain does not define you, it refines you. It's like gold being purified by fire. The heat of the flame doesn't destroy it, but rather it removes the impurities, leaving behind something stronger and more valuable. And that's exactly what your pain is doing. It is preparing you for a greater purpose. It's important to remember that pain is not wasted. It is often through our most difficult moments that we are able to connect with our true purpose in life. When we are in the depths of despair, it's easy to feel like we'll never get out, like we're stuck in a never-ending cycle of suffering. But I want you to know this pain has a purpose, and it is often a bridge to something greater. Every hardship, every trial is an opportunity for growth, transformation, and revelation. You may not see it in the moment, but as you look back, you'll realize that the very thing that caused you the most pain became the very thing that propelled you into your purpose. Think about the heroes, the visionaries, and the change makers in this world. Every person who has made a significant impact has experienced some form of pain or adversity. They didn't let their circumstances hold them back. Instead, they used their pain as fuel to push forward, to fight harder, and to reach new heights. They understood that the trials they faced were not signs that they were being punished or forsaken, but that they were being prepared. They were being shaped for something greater. The challenges you face are not obstacles in your path, they are part of the journey. Your pain is part of your destiny. When you look at the bigger picture, you begin to realize that each difficulty you face is contributing to the unfolding of your unique purpose. It is strengthening your character, increasing your compassion, and giving you the experience needed to impact the lives of others. You are not just going through your pain for the sake of it, you are being equipped to serve, to lead, and to inspire. Sometimes the pain we experience is not only about us, it's about the people we are meant to help. It's through our own struggles that we are able to empathize with others, to walk beside them, and to offer the kind of support and encouragement that only someone who has been there can give. Your pain has a way of making you more compassionate, more understanding, and more able to see the needs of others. What you have gone through will allow you to reach people in ways that no one else can. You may feel lost in your pain right now, like you have no idea where you're headed or how you're going to move forward. But I encourage you to keep going. Don't let your pain define you, and don't let it hold you back from your purpose. Your pain is temporary, but your purpose is eternal. Your pain may last for a season, but your destiny is forever. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep moving forward. The pain you are experiencing right now is simply a stepping stone to your greatness. It's a part of your journey, but it does not determine where you're going. And remember, your purpose is greater than your pain. When you reach the other side of your suffering, you will be stronger, wiser, and more equipped to walk in the fullness of your destiny. You will see how the pain, though hard and difficult, was necessary to get you to where you need to be. So don't give up. Keep pressing forward. Your purpose is waiting for you on the other side of your pain, and it's going to be greater than anything you've ever imagined. You were made for this. In conclusion, I want you to remember this. You are not defined by the hardships you faced, the rejections you've endured, or the labels that others have tried to place on you. You are more than your pain, more than the struggles, more than the disappointments. You are a person of immense value, purpose, and strength. Your journey is not a random series of events. It is a divinely orchestrated path designed to lead you towards something greater. Yes, life will test you. Yes, you will face challenges, moments of rejection, and times when you feel like giving up. But I need you to understand that those very trials are what will shape you into the person you were always meant to be. The pain you experience is not your final destination. It is part of the process, the refining, the preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. As you move forward, embrace your own worth. Do not wait for others to validate you or give you permission to step into your power. Love yourself, forgive yourself, and honor your own journey. Trust that rejection is simply redirection, that you are more than the labels placed on you, and that your purpose is greater than the pain you are walking through. Keep believing in yourself even when the world seems to turn its back. Keep moving forward even when the road gets tough. Because at the end of this journey, you will see that every step back, every challenge was leading you to the place where you are meant to be, a place where your purpose, your power, and your potential will shine brighter than you ever imagined. So walk in your truth, stand in your power, and know that no matter what you face, you are enough, you are worthy, and your journey is just beginning. There are no excuses. Life does not wait for us to get comfortable, to heal, or to figure things out. Time keeps moving, and every second is an opportunity to step forward. There will be moments when you feel like quitting, when the weight of everything you're going through seems too much to bear. You'll face obstacles that try to knock you down, rejections that threaten to break your spirit, and pain that feels unbearable. But no excuses. You have a choice. You can either allow the difficulties to define you, or you can rise above them and use them to fuel your drive. Every challenge, every disappointment, every setback is an opportunity to prove to yourself who you really are. No one can take away your power unless you give it to them. Your potential is limitless, and your purpose is greater than any obstacle in your path. The world may try to push you down, but you don't have to stay down. There will always be reasons not to move forward, excuses that can hold you back if you let them. You might say you're not ready, that you don't have the resources, or that you don't have enough time. But I'm here to tell you that the time to act is now. The world is waiting for you to show up as the person you were destined to be. Every delay, every hesitation only postpones the greatness that is waiting to unfold in your life. If you want to achieve something, you must commit to it fully. No excuses. You must be willing to work, to fight, and to believe in yourself, even when the odds are against you. You must rise every time you fall and keep going, even when it feels like the road is too long or too hard. Success is not handed to you. It is earned through persistence, through determination, and through the unwavering belief that your dreams are worth fighting for. There will be days when it's hard to keep going, when the weight of your responsibility seems unbearable, and when you feel alone in the struggle. But let me remind you, you are not alone. Your purpose is bigger than your struggle, and your potential is greater than your pain. You have everything inside of you to overcome, to achieve, and to become all that you were meant to be. So no more excuses. Step up to the challenge. Embrace the discomfort. Push through the pain. Your destiny is not waiting for the perfect moment. It's waiting for you to take action now. Don't let fear, doubt, or the circumstances of today stop you from stepping into the greatness of tomorrow. Only progress. Only action. Only belief in your infinite potential. The world is ready for you to rise. Don't make any more excuses. Your future is in your hands, and it starts with the decision to move forward, no matter what. Keep pushing, keep believing, and know that you are capable of achieving the extraordinary.